Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Pennington here with another episode of Ask Mortgage Mike. Today we're doing episode 9. The topic of the day is going to be, when is refinancing right for me or for you? It's a question I get often. A lot of the stigmas around it are that you've got to wait until the interest rate is over 1% lower than your current interest rate. So I want to try to dispel some of the notions that you've got to wait for a full 1 percentage point. I want to give you some scenarios of which you could look at and where it would be better to do something sooner, right? So a couple of things. One is we're going to talk about the easiest and most obvious is you've got to look at what that payment impact is to you and how that pricing or the interest rate affects you directly. So if you've got a $65,000 mortgage and your interest rate is 4.5%, even refinancing to 3.5% may not make much sense to you if you have a long time or if you have a short period of time left on your mortgage, right? So if you've been paying on the mortgage and you've got 5 years left or 10 years left on that mortgage, it may not make sense even if you drop it 1 percentage point. But let's say that you owe us $650,000 on your mortgage. A 0.5 percentage point is hundreds of dollars saved monthly. Not also talking about over the life of the loan, what that impact is to you. You also have to look at, do you have mortgage insurance on your loan right now? Right? Current FHA mortgages require that you keep mortgage insurance on there for pretty much the life of the loan. So another scenario where you may not be able to lower the interest rate, you may actually raise your interest rate if you got your mortgage 3 years ago, where you would go from, say, a 3.25% to a 3.5%, but you could drop off your monthly mortgage insurance that's costing you $250 a month by having that. So there are several things that go into play. So the first thing, when you look at refinancing, you cannot go into it with the mindset of, if your rate's not 1 percentage point lower, I'm not interested in refinancing, because that's a very naive way to go into, is refinancing right for me? So when you're doing so, you need to find out what the interest rate would be, what your payment would be, what the cost is to get that loan. Those are things that go into play. And then you look at the cost saving over the life of the loan, or how long you plan on holding on to that mortgage, right? If I drop your interest rate 2 percentage points, but you plan on selling the house in 6 months, then refinancing may not be right for you, especially if you're in some states that are expensive to refinance. Florida, Georgia, Virginia, expensive states to refinance. And if you're looking short-term to sell the home, then it may not be beneficial to refinance, even if you drop your interest rate off of the face of the earth. So there's a lot more that goes into it, rather than sitting back and looking at it and saying, well, is this the right interest rate for me? The other option is reducing your term. If you had a 30-year fixed rate mortgage at 3.75 and you've had it for 10 years, you could probably very easily get to a 15-year fixed rate mortgage somewhere in the high 2s to low 3s, keep your payment lower, and cut years off of your mortgage. Cash out refinancing, right? You're paying $1,000 a month in credit card debt that you on minimum payments, and it's going to take you 30 years to pay that balance off, or 20 years to pay that balance off. If you can refinance your home, pull cash out, and reduce your overall cash flow, or increase your overall cash flow by reducing your monthly cash outflow on the debt, that may be beneficial for you as also. So again, the things that you have to look at when you're considering whether refinancing is right for you is you have to look at the entire picture, the grand scheme of everything. Is refinancing right for you? Well, that depends on your scenario specifically, and don't hold yourself to just reducing the interest rate by 1 full percentage point. So again, this is episode 9 of Ask Mortgage Mike. I hope it was beneficial to you. If you have questions or anything at all, please post them in the comment section below. I'm here to help best I can. Hope everyone has a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.